Hello everybody, my name is RagingRaptor and I welcome you to a new World of Tanks preview video. And today I am pleased to show you the Object 705, the tier 10 heavy tank of the new sub-branch of rear-turreted super heavy tanks of the Russian tech tree. And my god, does this tank look slick and cool. But also really special, and I like that Wargaming is actually trying to give us something new and unique, something like a gimmickish tank. But yeah, let's have a look at the stats of this vehicle. We have 2450 hit points, an engine of 1500 horsepower and a weight of 100 tons. Yes, this beast is quite heavy. 100 tons is a really strong value, or yeah, a really heavy tank. We will have a power to weight ratio of 15, which is actually pretty darn decent for such a huge weight. The maximum speed of 40 km per hour and 15 km per hour backwards is also quite good. Hull traverse speed with 24 degrees and turret traverse speed with 29 degrees are two really okayish values. But now comes the big problem, and it's the terrain resistance. 1.2, 1.7 and 2.9. Those are incredible bad values. So you know a little bit what I mean with really bad. The IS-7 in general has the same, and this is why the IS-7 is so sluggish and compared to other heavy tank kind of sucks speed-wise. When we compare it to the 113, which has comparable HP to ton ratio as far as I remember, it has even a worse one. The 113 feels much more maneuverable because the terrain resistance is not as bad. It's 1.1 and 2.4 against 1.2, 1.7 and 2.9, which is the same as the Object 705A will have. Other than that, we have 390 meters of view range and 720 meters of signal range. And those signal range, well, let's be honest, no one really cares about that. But now let's get to the important part, the armor, as it is a super heavy tank. For here, I try to do something. This is the armor model or the picture we were able to get out of the game. And well, as you can see, this is the orange, and first of all, the stats are 170 front, 180 on the side and 60 millimeters in the rear, and 330 on the turret, 180 on the side and 120 in the back. So if we go here, we take this full orange. Now we can go to the 170 and try to compare it. Not sure. There, yes, it checks out around. It's hard to tell. I think it is 170. It's kind of, yeah, there we go. It's 170, yeah. I know it's a kind of hard to do it like that, but we don't have anything else. So now we can also try to compare what we have in a lower plate. And, can we get it? Ah, there it looks like also 170. No, wait. There we have the upper front plate, and this is the lower. Okay, now we got the fully lower plate. Let's have a look. Ah, there we go. It looks around 160 millimeters thick, which would be amazing if you think about it. And it's in a such sharp angle, meaning it will be not really a weak spot. Then we have the sides, and it looks like it's also around 170 millimeters of armor. Maybe we can try to get the correct color code. Yeah, it's 150 millimeters in the side, which is also pretty darn okayish, I would say. Even especially if you are going to side scrape, it will work wonders. So yeah, and the turret, it looks like there is a small 90-degree cupola. We can go back into the real model, and if we are going to put it up, you can see here we have this cupola. So far, it is hard for me to tell what kind of armor the roof has, but it actually looks quite thick. If we are going to get the full color code, we are going to compare it here. It will be either it's 30 millimeters or 40 millimeters. If it's 40 millimeters, it's actually decent. Let's have a look. There we go. Or even 60 millimeters. It's quite hard to tell, but it looks like it's 60 millimeters. 60 or 50 millimeters thick. That would be actually really darn strong, and well, we'll certainly have to look out for such a vehicle. And the gun mantlet also looks quite strong as well. You can also try to get a glimpse at what it is. Oh, what a beautiful pink. There we go, 300 millimeters of armor it looks like, or yeah, 330 millimeters of armor on the gun mantlet. And this deep blue is, it looks like around 150, there we go, to 120 millimeters of armor. So certainly amazingly strongly armored. Now if we look in at the side, you can see we even got a little bit of spaced armor. It is not a lot though. So let's try, as you can see here is what I mean, this cupola. And looks pretty darn neat. So yeah, but what, this tank will be a beast when it comes to side scraping, like an legit beast. And I think it will have quite the troll armor on the side as well. It's kind of hard to tell yet, but it looks like it is also going in a sharp angle down. Maybe we can find a picture. It's, yeah, it looks like it's going down like this, except for a lower behind the tracks it won't be like that. But yeah, now comes seriously though, first of all, the tank looks like an IS-7 Object 260 hybrid with a rear turreted with an IS-4 hull in the back. It really looks like an awkward but also an amazing looking tank. But now comes the big thing. It uses the 152mm M51 gun. So let's have a look if we are actually going into the game. Maybe we can find this gun, but it won't be the one on the Object 268, as this is the M64 gun. So it is actually a new gun in the game, and it has 750 alpha. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you see that right? It has 750 alpha, or rather, yeah. It's not 750, it's 650 alpha, which is cool, in my opinion. It's really cool. As you can see, 90mm usually do 1100 damage with HE. This one deals only 840. But it has an impressive 310mm of APCR, or heat penetration. My guess is it's heat, but I could also be wrong. If we now look at another tank with comparable gun, or the E100, well, has even more heat penetration, but I want to point out the newest addition, the AMX M454. It has 250 and 280 alpha damage, armor piercing shells. So that's a huge difference, and it deals an additional 190 damage per only 90 damage per shot. Also, the DPM is pretty darn nifty. It's 2200. We can go back into my garage and have a look at what tanks have and comparable DPM, and what is the best tank to compare with as the IS-7. And as you can see, the IS-7 has 2600 DPM, so yes. And if we look at the IS-4, we have 2600 as well. So it could also be we need to get rid of 200 damage at least, so 2400, and another 100, 2300. So this tank has 100 or 100 to 50 DPM less than its Tech 3 counterparts, which is actually quite a good amount. If we can also try compare it with the Object 260. You can see the 260 even has better DPM than both of those tanks. That's kind of interesting. They are trading accuracy and reload time, obviously, and aim time, general gun stats for an impressive array of armor, plus the 650 damaging shots. What I want to do now is also compare to the E100, as it has a comparable gun. And it has 240 alpha to, wait a second, minus, it's 220. Yes, the E100 even would have less DPM than this tank, so it will behave similar to the E100, just it does not have such a weak turret. Yes, if you have around 300mm of penetration, you should be able to penetrate the front, 330mm, as it is really flat. It won't be as bouncy as the IS-7 turret. As you can see, the IS-7 turret quickly starts to do a rounding here. It quickly starts to do that, while this tank, if we go back into that, it's for quite a long time, it's just flat. So yeah, with gold ammunition, you will certainly have an easier way penetrating this turreted tank than the IS-7, But let's be honest. The IS-7 has a strong turret, but it's well rounded. But this tank has 330 millimeters of pure armor frontally. There is, I think, none heavy tank which boasts more than that, except for this tank here, and it has the same here with those cheeks. Those are 350 millimeters of thickness, but only tier 10 TDs will reliably penetrate that. The only big bummer for that tank is its excuse me, bad gun depression, -5 degrees, but well, let's be honest. The Object 260 has also -5 degrees. The IS-4 has, okay, a 6, and the IS-7 has 7. Oh no, it's only 6 as well. So if you are being okay with the T62A or the Object 260, then you will be familiar or already know how to play this tank. Just it will be much slower. Anyway guys, I thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about this tank. I am personally really hyped about that vehicle. Sadly, we do not know what kind of crew layout it is. I really would love to know. I'm also going to look now on Rita's status block. Maybe she has something for us. Maybe. No, there is nothing with the crew. That's kind of a pity. Just one more thing I want to see is lately I saw some, what's it called, armor models, but no, there's nothing, sadly. Okay, guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about the 705, and yeah, I'll talk to you all later.